Hello, dear Homepedia family. There's something magnetic about Spanish colonial homes. Perhaps it's the way sunlight spills through arched windows, or how cool terracotta tiles soothe your feet on a hot afternoon. But what truly captivates isn't always in plain sight. Behind the stucco and stone lies a story, a narrative built by hand, passed down over centuries, and shaped by cultures that once spanned oceans. Spanish colonial design is far more than an aesthetic. It is memory carved in wood, devotion cast in iron, and harmony grown from native soil. If you've ever walked into such a home and felt peace in its silence or admiration for its imperfections, you've already felt the magic. In this video, we're peeling back the layers to uncover what makes this design so unforgettable. These aren't just houses. They are living tributes to artistry, tradition, and thoughtful simplicity. Join us as we explore the hidden gems of Spanish colonial design, the elements you may have missed but will never forget once revealed. If this video stirs something in your creative soul, please share it with a friend who loves design, and leave a comment with your favorite detail. Let's begin this journey together. Spanish colonial design is deeply rooted in craftsmanship and an enduring reverence for the natural environment. This timeless style reflects a harmonious fusion of Spanish, Moorish, and indigenous influences, each contributing to a design language that balances function and beauty. Elements like whitewashed adobe walls and red clay roofs are not only visually striking but provide thermal comfort, standing strong against sun and weather. The use of natural materials reflects an architectural philosophy shaped by heritage and climate responsiveness. Beyond the iconic silhouettes and surfaces, the soul of Spanish colonial architecture reveals itself through the quiet brilliance of intricate craftsmanship. Wooden lintels, meticulously handcrafted, do more than hold up walls. They carry the weight of cultural heritage and timeless artistry. Each beam is a subtle testament to the hands that shaped it, transforming a structural element into a poetic detail. In today's world of mass-produced housing, the enduring charm of Spanish colonial design stands as a reminder that authentic beauty resides in the quietly crafted, not the loudly displayed. In Spanish colonial tilework, the details speak louder than words. Hand-painted tiles don't simply embellish, they narrate history through every curve and color. Often found framing arched doorways, lining stair risers, or nestled in tranquil courtyard fountains, these ceramic pieces are more than decoration. They are a reflection of heritage, influenced by Andalusian artistry and local botanical elements. This blend creates a design language that is both visually captivating and culturally rooted in historical interior style. Each motif in Spanish colonial tilework carries deep meaning. Geometric Moorish stars reflect harmony and balance, while flowing floral patterns echo the quiet beauty of nature. These handcrafted tiles do more than decorate. They create emotional resonance, turning everyday surfaces into soulful expressions of culture and craftsmanship. Stepping into a bathroom or kitchen enhanced with this level of detail feels like walking into a space shaped by memory and love. In Spanish colonial design, even the smallest handcrafted element becomes a powerful symbol of timeless charm, cultural devotion, and architectural history. Decorative ironwork in Spanish colonial design is often an overlooked masterpiece, quietly enriching the soul of the home. From intricately wrought balconies to lantern-style light fixtures, these elements serve more than structural functions. They add rhythm and emotional depth. Each forged piece interacts with light and shadow, transforming even the simplest spaces into artistic compositions. In a world filled with uniform designs, the graceful curves of iron scrollwork become a poetic reminder of individuality and charm. Iron scrolls tracing window frames and staircases are far more than ornamental touches. They are enduring reflections of handcrafted artistry in Spanish colonial design. Each carefully placed nail, deliberate twist, and elegant loop carries the legacy of artisans who shaped metal with heart and heritage. These decorative iron elements do more than frame architecture. They preserve stories of a time when beauty was forged slowly, with intention. In today's world of mass production, this level of Spanish colonial craftsmanship stands out as a rare and meaningful treasure, embodying timeless design rooted in patience, tradition, and soulful living. Step outside, and the philosophy of harmony continues into the landscape, where Spanish colonial design reveals its deep connection to nature and tradition. These gardens are not just visually calming. They are thoughtfully composed sanctuaries rooted in history and sustainability. Spanish colonial gardens favor native and drought-tolerant plants, chosen not only for their resilience in dry climates, but also for the cultural meaning they carry. From agave to rosemary, each species echoes the natural environment and contributes to the timeless beauty of the space while requiring minimal maintenance. The garden, in Spanish colonial style, is a living, breathing part of the home. Olive trees cast dappled shade across terracotta walkways, while lavender lines the borders with gentle scent and subtle charm. Central to many of these landscapes is a fountain. Its cool, rhythmic sounds bringing peace and balance to warm afternoons. These gardens aren't meant to be perfect. Instead of manicured hedges or flashy displays, they celebrate asymmetry and wild beauty, embracing the quiet rhythm of nature and turning simplicity into elegance. Inside, exposed wooden beams stretch across ceilings, grounding rooms in rustic warmth. These beams are not hidden behind drywall. They are celebrated. Each crack and knot in the wood adds character. The doors, often heavy and paneled, are made from reclaimed wood and finished with aged patina. Their creaks and textures tell stories, and their handcrafted hardware, leather pulls, wrought iron studs, echo a time when beauty was born from utility. Walking through such a home feels like flipping through the pages of a living history book. Fireplaces in Spanish colonial homes aren't just about warmth. They serve as sculptural focal points that elevate the entire room. These hearths are often framed with hand-painted Spanish tiles. Adding vibrant color and texture that reflect the region's Moorish and Mediterranean heritage. Set into thick plaster walls, the design creates a seamless, built-in look that feels both timeless and grounded. In the heart of the home, these fireplaces embody the soul of Spanish colonial architecture, combining artistry with everyday function in a way that feels deeply personal. Above the hearth, niches are thoughtfully carved into the walls to showcase pottery, vintage heirlooms, or religious icons, reinforcing the connection between design and heritage. These architectural details were never intended to impress with grandeur. Instead, they charm with intimacy and quiet storytelling. The soft glow of the fire, the gentle curves of the plaster, and the historical artifacts on display create a cozy ambience that defines authentic Spanish colonial interior design. Lighting plays a deeply emotional role in Spanish colonial design, transforming everyday spaces into warm, inviting sanctuaries. Lanterns crafted from wrought iron with frosted glass or amber panes bathe interiors in soft, golden hues, echoing the natural flicker of candlelight and evoking an old-world charm. Instead of sterile, uniform brightness, Spanish colonial homes embrace contrast and gentle shadow, allowing light to drift gracefully across textured plaster walls and highlight their imperfections. This thoughtful approach to Spanish colonial lighting emphasizes ambience, storytelling, and emotional warmth over modern artificial clarity. Let's not overlook the use of arches, elegant, repeated curves that draw the eye and cradle the space. Arched doorways, niches, and windows are fundamental elements, offering structural integrity while creating visual softness. These rounded shapes create a flow from room to room, gently guiding you through the space like a whispered invitation. When paired with thick walls and plaster finishes, they give the home a grounded, enveloping feeling, like a warm embrace from the past. The use of color is equally subtle and meaningful. Earth tones dominate: warm ochres, deep terracottas, sandy beiges, and muted greens, all inspired by the natural surroundings. These tones are not applied as trends but as tributes to the land. They work in harmony with natural light, wood, and tile to create environments that feel serene and organic. This understated palette allows the textures and materials to shine, turning every room into a quiet sanctuary. Flooring in Spanish colonial homes often features saltillo tiles, each one shaped by hand and uniquely colored by the kiln's fire. These floors are cool underfoot, forgiving to wear, and impossible to replicate with factory-made alternatives. Their warm tones and irregular surfaces speak to a time when perfection wasn't the goal, presence was. In an era where we often chase symmetry and gloss, these homes remind us that charm lives in the handmade, the worn, and the lived in. Perhaps most touching is the way Spanish colonial homes balance solitude with hospitality. Courtyards create private worlds within the home, open to the sky yet enclosed by walls, offering both security and openness. They become places to rest, to gather, to reflect. The integration of indoor and outdoor space is seamless, blurring boundaries and reminding us that nature is not something to keep out, but to invite in. Spanish colonial design is more than a style. It is a language of memory, craftsmanship, and quiet elegance. It does not compete for attention. It invites contemplation. Every tile, every iron hinge, every weathered plank whispers a story of families, of artisans, of centuries past. These homes don't just house people, they hold legacies. And for those who open their eyes to the details, they offer endless inspiration for how we can live today with grace, authenticity, and depth. To bring this spirit into your own home, you don't need to rebuild a hacienda from the ground up. You can start small with a hand-painted tile backsplash, a wrought iron lantern over your front door, or a native garden blooming in your backyard. What matters most is the intention behind each choice, the desire to create spaces that are not only beautiful but meaningful. Spanish colonial design teaches us that beauty isn't always in the spotlight. Sometimes it hides in the quiet curve of an arch, the flicker of lantern light on plaster, or the scent of rosemary growing by your window. These are the hidden gems that transform houses into sanctuaries. If this journey through Spanish colonial design has inspired you, we'd love to hear which detail moved you the most. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel for more timeless design stories, and share your reflections in the comments below. Let's keep the tradition of beauty and soul in architecture alive, one thoughtful home at a time.